Welcome back to Dude, We Can Fix It. Today we're going to be changing the oil in this 2010 Kia Forte. We can see that we're going to be needing some 5W20 oil. Alright, so now we're going to lift the vehicle up and get underneath. 17mm 6-point socket for the drain bolt. Now that we finished draining the oil, now we can wipe this down and put our drain bolt back in. We'll torque this to 25 foot-pounds. There we have it, nice and snug. Next, we will remove the oil filter. Now we're going to let the oil filter housing finish draining out. We're going to fill the new oil filter halfway. And we'll go ahead and lubricate this gasket here. Very important step, because if you do not lubricate this, it may bind up and not create a good seal, and then you could have a potential oil leak around your new filter. It's nice and lubricated and ready to be installed. Now our mating surface is nice and clean. We're ready to install the new filter. Now when you install a new filter, you only install it hand tight. So that's it. That's done. So now that we have everything back in place, we're ready to fill it back up. If you look at the back of the oil pan, you'll see that it tells you how much oil is in the pan. And right now we're somewhere between 4 and 5 quarts. You might not be able to see that, but that'll give us an indication of how much oil we need to add back into the system. So we'll start with 4 quarts. In order to properly check the oil level, the vehicle needs to be on a level, flat surface, so I'm going to drive it off of these ramps. It is also important to make sure the car runs for at least 30 seconds to circulate all the oil, and then let it sit for a minute before you check the oil level with the dipstick. Alright, so now that the car has sat for a few minutes, we can go ahead and check the oil. Wipe it off first, reinsert. We can see that our oil level is about halfway between low and full. So there's 1 quart between this mark and this mark. So we only need to add about a half a quart to make up half of that space. Now we can see that we are almost to the full mark. I'll give this a few more seconds for the rest of the oil to drain down that we just poured in. There we are. Now we are at the full mark. And that is how you change the oil in a 2010 Kia Forte. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.